Welcome, everyone, to today's show. A boomer and a Gen Xer walk into a bar, coming to you from the Rabbit Hole Studio, where you, as our listener, will experience some wit and wisdom, some smartassery, and a mother and daughter questioning, are we even related? My name is Bobbi Joy, and my co-host is my mom, Jane, and we are here to entertain for a little while.
Hello, Bobby.
Hello.
How's it going down there at the other end of the studio?
It's going good, other than I have a feeling my back's going to hurt from carrying this show.
Oh, well, at least you'll know what it feels like.
You know.
Buck up. Put that brace on. Here we go.
It's a give and take.
Well, since you think you're going to be carrying it, what is our topic today, Bobby?
So our topic, well, I guess I don't really know what the topic is, but the content is going to be sayings and phrases.
Sayings and phrases. Okay. So weird ones, strange ones that we use commonly,
ones that
we
people
go,
misuse.
Why are we using that?
Yeah. And ones that people misuse because there's a lot of that going around lately, and that just grinds my gears.
That they do not know what that means, nor do they know what the word that they just used means.
Well, not only that, they're saying it wrong. You're saying it wrong. Like, come on.
Well, let's talk about what we're talking about then. I'll let you start. You got one that you had in mind?
I'll start
I've
out.
said some pretty weird stuff in my lifetime, so let's see what you got.
Well, you know,
see
the
if
dementia.
it shows up on my list.
Dementia's coming.
Okay, easy there, Buckwheat.
So I'm gonna start out hard and fast right here. I'm gonna start out with my wildest one, and I'm gonna see if you know what it means. Okay.
Oh gosh, this ought to be interesting.
Do you know what it means when someone is pushing someone to the store?
Pushing someone to the store.
Dr. Domain might know this. Sorry. He's been a Southerner for a little while now. But do you know what it means to push someone to the store?
Does that mean to push someone to their limit?
No, cover your ears, kids. It means having sex with somebody.
What? Pushing someone to the store?
Yeah, he's pushing
Dr.
her
Domain,
to the store.
Did you know that? You did?
He did. Yes.
Oh my goodness. I've never
Look how red
heard
he
it
is.
before. I've never heard that before.
You've never heard that?
No.
That's polite.
crazy.
I'm polite around you.
You're polite around me.
Around you.
Me, yeah.
I've heard his jokes.
Otherwise, on the street, he's a trash mouth.
That's so great.
Okay.
And there's a couple, that you and I had talked about in text, because I had made a post on our Facebook page for...
And I said, what the heck does that mean? I don't even get it.
You did. Do you remember what it said?
I thought you used the wrong word.
Do you remember what it said?
Like something about pushing your chest or...
No, saying
what?
something with your whole chest.
With your whole chest, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and that means?
And that means saying something you're 100% behind. Like, you're going to say it with 100% confidence. You're going to belt it out there, and you're not going to apologize
So
for it.
you got your chest pumped up. You're all out there, and you're going to go with it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I get that. Mine are really old, though.
Okay, like she's the bee's knees.
Yes.
Yes.
How did you know that? Are you looking at my...
No,
Are you? How did you know that? Do you know what that means?
It means that she's just great.
Oh my
she's
gosh,
the greatest.
She's the greatest. I like her. I like her.
And one that your mother and father used to use was the old knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that one means.
It just means a little thing.
Little bitty thing.
Little bitty thing. Usually referring to kids and not, just little people. Oh, see, I went with dwarves. You went with grasshoppers. We're not the same.
So what about it's like herding kittens?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I use that a lot. It's like herding kittens, that's when it's a tough job to do because everybody's going every which way. Or the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Oh, yeah.
What's that mean?
That means that the one that's the loudest and the one is the most obnoxious usually gets the most attention.
I've tried this one on you, and this goes in one ear and out the other, or else it goes right over your head and shaves it sometimes. Yeah.
That's why I wear a hat with my bill up so I can catch those.
Yeah, you'll catch more flies with honey than vinegar, sister.
Yeah, and my twist on that is you catch more flies with honey than with shit. So,
is that really true? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they really like the poop, but they really love that honey.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So, we should have looked up where these actually came from, who originated them, because
honestly,
some of them are super, super old.
But honestly, you really think that they're going to be honest about where they came from? I mean, these phrases have been passed around for generations. And I mean, who knows where these things came? Unless it's a biblical phrase, you're not really going to get where it's coming from.
So I remember using this one. And of course, you've already inferred that I beat you kids, which,
Inferred. Okay.
It's like, okay, well, that's out in the open. But, every single one of you Gen Xers think that you were beat to death. So go with that.
I mean, you killed me once, but you woke me back up.
Well,
it's fine.
Did you die? But did you die?
But did you die?
But did you die? One that I always used with you kids was, I brought you into this world. I will take you out. I will have another one and name it the same.
Yep.
No one will ever know.
Yep.
So, yeah, I did use that one quite a bit.
Oh, like daily with me and my sister. But, I mean, honestly, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with us? How about as the crow flies? That's an old one.
That is an old one. Or up around the bend. I still use those. I mean, I say up around the bend, or I say up the road a piece. And, Dr. Domain knows I use that, because every time I do, he's like, oh my gosh, she is such a hillbilly redneck. I think that's what he thinks, because he looks at me like, but I do. Because we used to use it as kids. We're going up the road a piece, or we're going around the bend.
Yeah, and that's a big Midwest thing. And I actually did look that up. It is a Midwestern thing. We measure distance in time rather than in actual distance. So we're talking down the road, little ways away, few hours away. We don't say, oh, it's 400 miles away. We say, it'll take you a few hours.
But that's like and I don't know how everybody else is, but here in the Midwest, we give our directions based on our food locations. So it isn't go 2 miles down the road and turn north or anything like that.
No, we don't use
It's go down the road until you see the McDonald's. Keep on going another short distance, and then you're going to see the Taco Bell, and you're going to turn left at the Taco Bell. Now, once you turn left at the Taco Bell, keep going until you get to the
Casey's.
The Casey's store.
The third Casey's in town.
Everything for us in the Midwest is directional based on the food locations.
Or the sideshows, as I call them. Like, hey, you go down the road, you see this big white cow on a post, you're going to take a right. And then when you get down to the horse with only 3 legs, you want to take a left.
And then you're going to go down to where old Ed used to live. Now, that house torn down now, but that's where he used to live, and you're going to turn right there and then go down to his cousin's place. The tractor's parked out in the front yard, so you'll be sure to see that. I got to tell you this story, though, because we were kind of city folk, right? Till I was countrified.
Who's we?
You, me, your sister.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so for a little bit.
Until I was countryfied, right? I grew up out in the country, so did Dr. Domain.
Then cityfied, and then countryfied again.
We did work for some farmers when we used to walk beans, or we would detassel corn, or we'd throw hay, or sometimes we had to muck barns, things like that. But I remember that when I was living on the farm, and I moved to the farm initially, being a city girl for quite some time during that, before that, I was told to, go to this location to pick somebody up because they were done farming for the day. And you move from farm to farm, right, throughout the day. And I said, well, what's the address? And he said, go down here to the second road, second gravel road, and then you're going to go 2.5 miles, and then you're going to turn left or turn north, and then and everything was in miles. And I said, just tell me the address.
There is no address.
Now I got to tell you, I truly thought everything had an address, right? Now they have location numbers, which is your range, township range section, that sort of thing. Everyone, but who's going to look that up, right? But I did. I said, well, just give me the address. And it was like, are you an idiot? There is no address. And one thing that people would realize about Iowa, which is different down in Georgia especially, or down in some of the southern states, is our miles are pretty straight and everything is sectioned off by miles.
Yes.
And so that's
you got a country mile and you got a city mile, and they are different.
They're different, but they're typically kind of a straight shot.
Yeah.
Now you go a mile in Georgia, and that's going to be a windy road that goes back in the hills and down the hills and that sort of thing, and it's a lot different. It's a lot different than a straight shot. But anyway, I just had to tell you that story because I thought it was funny.
So here's one that can actually be traced back. Bite the bullet.
Ooh, that must be for pain.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, because they would have them bite on a bullet for pain because, back during the Civil War and things like that, they didn't have enough pain medication to go around. They didn't have the proper pain medication. And a lot of times, if they got hit by, say, cannon fire, they had very little time to get that limb taken off in order to save a life.
Yeah.
And so they would have them bite a bullet.
You know what? I had seen a documentary about that, and of course they use a lot of alcohol. Give it to people and say, "Take this drink," and shut up.
Right.
But one of the things that actually killed people wasn't the injury itself.
It was the infection.
It was the infection from the fact that they didn't wash their tools,
Yep.
whatever they were
their
using.
hands, their tools. They didn't have time for that.
And so those hospitals that did have the water supplies available, they weren't using fresh water for every patient.
No.
They were just bringing
bowls
in a
of water,
big bowl. They'd swish it around a little bit, and then they would go back. And so a lot of people were really just dying from gangrene. They were dying from infections. They were
sepsis, things like that.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And so it was quite interesting how that happened. So
was there a saying coming of this? Like, wash your hands or you get gangrene?
No, that was the bite the bullet thing.
No, it was just
I see.
focus.
Okay. It was just a lesson in hygiene.
You might want to try to keep up.
She wandered. No, George. I tried to pull her in.
I know. Get back on topic.
I can only give her so much rope.
So here's one.
You guys are what?
Here's one. And this is going to lead to something else. Quit poking around and hurry up. Or have you ever heard of somebody saying, you're rooting around down there?
I thought after the sex worker one that we were not going to be like broaching this topic here. And here we are.
They're just rooting around down there.
Why does Mom's wheeze sound like an ambulance at this point?
I can't help it.
Okay. Let's bring it back to a more pure nature here.
Okay.
And so I have a few that are actually aimed more towards you. Because
oh my gosh.
They're more of scripture sayings or sayings that came out of scripture.
Well, let's see.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, sister.
All right. So let me see if you know this one. Speak of the devil and he shall come.
Psalms.
See, I can't play this game with you.
Dr. Domain?
I can't play this. Dr. Domain, he ain't in this.
No, he knows the Bible better than anybody I know.
I know.
I think that's in Psalms.
Yeah, it sounds like it's in Psalms, yeah.
Yep. And another one is better the devil that you know than the devil that you don't.
That almost sounds like it's in...
Is that Job, maybe?
Ooh, that could be Job.
I don't have that one written down. I didn't actually know that. But, these are just ones that came from scripture readings and things
that kind of
like
rolls around with, you get what you're asking for.
Well... And it is. It's better the devil that you know than the one you don't. Better to be in a shitty situation that you already know about than to take that step.
Or to be dealing with someone that you know as opposed to a perfect stranger that you don't know their...
Exactly. You don't know their intentions.
Yeah.
Or here's one that people often just stop at. So I've got a few that people stop at and they don't actually know the entire phrase, so they use it wrong.
Okay.
Curiosity killed the cat. Do you know the rest of that one?
Let me think. This could take a while. Can I get back
We
with
don't have
you?
all that time.
Go ahead then.
Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back.
Oh.
Now, these are ones that people, they stop before they really get to it.
That's one that made me go,
Yeah. Yep. And people say, curiosity killed the cat as a way to get you to not be curious, to not take that step forward, to not, dig into something.
Yeah, if you don't have to.
But satisfaction brought it back. They keep cutting that out because they don't want you to know that.
Yeah.
How about this one? I know you know this one. Blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
That's one that's used wrong all the time. Do you know the entire saying?
No, go ahead.
The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Yes. I just
so
had this not very long
a lot
ago.
of people use this as, blood is thicker than water, saying that, you should always have family. You should always back your family. Your family's everything. They don't know the full saying because that is not what it's saying.
Yeah.
That is not what it's saying at all.
Yeah, no, that's a good one, Bobby.
Yeah.
I didn't know the rest. I remember that one now that you say it.
Yeah.
But the other ones, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
What do you got, Dr. Domain?
Well, I don't think that's too far off, though.
What do you mean?
The way that it's used biblically and the way that we tend to use it, So if you were to touch that switch over there, what would you tell me to do to make the lights come on? What would you say? Go.
Flip that switch.
Or...
Hey, Google, shut off the lights.
You would say turn it on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, usually what I typically hear down south is cut that on or cut it off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
kinda-
true.
That's a big one.
Or
Yeah.
maybe could. Maybe could. They use maybe could a lot.
Maybe
You know,
should.
Or-
we're going to go down. Maybe could come on over later tonight. Yeah.
I honestly should have spent more time thinking about it because we did live in the South and we lived right along the Louisiana and Arkansas border.
Yeah, I remember.
Now, let me tell you what, those are two totally different worlds when it comes to people and how they speak and what they say, because Louisiana is a huge Creole community and Arkansas is more just basic Southern. I don't know what else to say. And Texas is just Texas.
Yeah.
So, it was a blend of things down there. And yeah, there was a lot of stuff to learn about how people were talking.
Sometimes somebody will say something and I have to stand there for a minute and go, what did that just mean? Oh, yeah.
What were you trying to say?
Yeah, what were you trying to say?
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Dr. Domain?
I was just saying, there's a lot of phrases down south that probably don't make their way up north. But like you're in tall, like we're in tall cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
Yeah.
It'd be tall corn here, I guess. But.
Yeah.
Be tall.
It's tall weeds.
And my dad was a master of slaughtering the English language. So I had a 78 Pinto. Oh, it was a fine automobile.
78
It was a station
Pinto?
wagon. It was even
This
rare.
is what you had?
It was rare. The station wagon had a luggage rack on it. It was pretty.
That was fancy.
It was a chick magnet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Scooping
I
the
came
lube.
home and it was smoking and the belt was off it and I was all tore up. And Dad looked at it. And he always said this when something didn't look right. He goes, and I never hear anyone else say this but my dad. And he says, that done turned queer and ate itself.
I've heard that, unfortunately. I have heard that.
I don't hear it too much, but that was his way of saying.
I think that's a time thing too, because they're not so apt to say things like that up here anymore. Because
well, because they take it too literally.
Yes.
But instead of laughing at yourself and laughing at what you're saying, but your dad.
I think we butchered the language too.
Oh,
we
yeah.
misconstrued things.
But your dad Your dad had a saying too that you shared with me and I now use on a regular basis. And that is like when we're talking about parts of the body. Like I've had a new hip, my knee hurts. You know, I play pickleball still. I'm as active as I can be, and so is Dr. Domain. And people have
Is
said
that the
to
phrase
me,
he uses?
No.
Oh, nice suitors? Is that the one?
Nice.
He ain't talking about the owls.
Yeah.
No.
Shake it if you got it.
No, that's not. No, your dad never said that to me.
You got
gonna
fries to
smack
go with
you.
that shake?
No, you say that stuff to me all the time. Those are Dr. Domain's sayings that he says to me all the time. But no, people have said to me, when are you going to slow down? I mean, you're getting up there in age. And I have said, I'd rather wear it out than rust it out.
Yeah, that's true, though.
I want to keep moving. I want it to wear out. So,
one that really annoys me, and I had an ex that used it all the time, and it was basically his moniker for bad behavior. And it was it's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts.
Really?
Oh,
I
man.
tell you, it works. It works.
Well,
and especially in business.
It might work. I mean, it might work, but oh man, I just wanted to elbow drop him every time he said that.
Well, I think where the worst phrases come from are in the corporate world. The stupidest, dumbest things come out of boardrooms.
Yes,
And
that
at
is
work.
true.
Like, well, this isn't necessarily at work, but I hear this a lot, to be honest with you. What the hell? So you weren't honest with me before?
Yeah.
Yeah, is
So
this
you're
the
suggesting
point?
that,
Yeah.
I
Is this
shouldn't have
the point?
trusted anything you said?
Yeah.
Up to that point? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Oh, to be honest with you. Okay,
And that's the thing that law enforcement uses in order to suss out when they're doing interviews with people. If they say, well, honestly, well, truthfully, well, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They know they're full of shit right
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
immediately. Immediately.
One of the other corporate things is we'll take this offline.
Yeah, we'll put that in the parking lot.
Yeah, we'll put that in
Wink,
the parking
wink.
lot. And it's like, you brought it up, and now all of a sudden we're going to take this offline? No. We're
don't-
staying here.
They don't want the confrontation.
See, my favorite
They don't wanna
corporate one
resolve
is
it.
when I look at them and say, in a meeting, I look at them and say, this could have been an email.
Yeah. This
Like-
could have been a text message to me.
Or it is what it is. What kind of stupid ass double talk is that?
I say
That is,
all the
I say it all the
time.
time.
It
I
is
do
what it
too.
is.
It is
It's
what
dumb
it
though.
is.
You
It
think
is.
about it.
It's-
It's meaningless. Like it
Well,
is
no,
what it is.
it's kind of a
Why don't you
moniker
just say-
of people
I am
who
who
have
I am.
given up.
Yeah,
Basically,
I am who
like
I
it is
am.
what it is.
It's like, take it or leave it,
This basically means you can't do nothing about it. Is what it is.
There's another one, strike while the iron's hot, which I do like that.
Yeah.
Or along those same lines is, if you're going to eat crow, eat it while it's hot.
Yeah.
So, if you made a mistake and you have to eat crow,
Own up to it.
eat
Right
it while
away.
it's hot. So,
Right away.
Or the best time to eat pie is when pie
when
is
it's
served.
served.
I'd rather have pie than crow.
That's like a double entendre.
Have you ever heard double entendre? And Bobby, the fact that you even said that phrase, do you even know what that means?
I do. It means a phrase that has two meanings. So it could mean one thing, but it could also have like an undertone of a meaning.
Did you look that up before?
I did not actually. I went to college for something.
There's a saying out there that says, don't buy a pig in a poke. What's that mean?
Don't buy a pig in a poke.
Mm-hmm. Don't buy a pig in a poke.
Pig in a poke is a pig and a cow, ain't it?
Pig in a poke.
Oh, in a poke, not and a poke.
No, pig in a poke.
Oh,
Don't buy a pig in a
no.
poke.
I have no idea.
It's really foolishly accepting something or buying something without examining it and doing your due diligence first. Don't buy a pig in a poke.
Oh, like without
Without
seeing it.
without investigating, and sometimes, it's if it sounds too good to be true, right?
so like these people who do the online dating and have never met in real life, and then all of a sudden they want to fly them in from overseas and say, I want to marry you the first
Yeah.
day you get here.
I've been online with them for 3 years, and I've sent them $30,000, and 14 times they were supposed to buy a plane ticket with it, but their mother died twice. Their grandmother had knee surgery 14 times, and their dad
They had to
is.
buy 5 cars.
Yeah.
Get over it.
My car broke down. Yeah.
So let's move into phrases like people use wrong versus what they actually are. Now, I know I kind of touched on that. So people will say for all intensive purposes.
I know.
Now, these are phrases where I just look at them for a second because my mind is going, did I just hear what I think I heard? And then at the same time, it's going, they can't be this dumb.
I've heard
It was really intensive.
It was intensive.
That was the purpose.
It's for all intents and purposes.
Yes.
Say it with me, folks. Come on. Another one is, I could care less.
I couldn't care less.
Thank you.
Yes, I couldn't care less.
you.
I hate that. Or when somebody
Why can't you
says,
care less, though? I could.
No,
Well,
But
you
that's
can't.
not the intent.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
not
it.
the
You're
intent.
inferring, yeah. But no, that's not what they're inferring. That's not what they're trying to say.
or when somebody,
Irregardless, I think
I was just going to
Irregardless
say
drives me
irregardless.
nuts.
Oh my goodness.
I'll use it on purpose, just piss people
You
off.
either mean irrespective or
Regardless.
regardless.
Correct.
Because if it's regardless is to the contrary, and now you're back 360 or 380.
Now this one's used in the opposite way, and it's used on the news every night. I swear to God, and I just want to come through the TV and smack somebody. Near miss versus near hit.
Well, that's an old industry term. We used it too, and I used to say, let me explain what a near miss is. It's a near hit. They almost got you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're like, oh, well, it was a near hit. And they're not meaning exactly what they think they're saying. Or, oh, it was a near miss on this. And, okay, well, then that means that they hit it.
Right.
That does not mean that they missed it.
Right.
And it's constantly used incorrectly.
It is. It's been used in the industry, occupational, incidents for years and years and years. And I always tried to fight that. Let me tell you what a near miss actually is. It's a near
drives
hit.
me nuts.
Yeah.
How about nip it in the butt?
I got my butt nipped.
Nip it in the butt. It's nip it in the bud. Bud, not butt.
That's
How about this one? Doggy dog world.
Oh my gosh.
Folks, it's dog eat dog world.
Yeah.
Isn't that,
That's a
isn't
good
that the
one.
saying? It's a dog eat dog world, and I'm wearing milk boon underwear or something like that.
I've never heard that, but
Yeah.
thank you for sharing. Now we're
Add a
going to
little
be
more
thinking
color to
about
that.
Now if anybody ever says that again, we're going to be thinking of dog bone underwear
Forever.
forever.
That's That's seared into my mind. Thank you. I would like some Unsee eye drops. Thank you. Okay. How about beck and call?
Beck and
call. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. How about taking something for granted? Where are we on rock world?
No,
Are
we want quartz instead. We want quartz.
We're on granite world. It's taking something for granted.
Granted.
Enunciate, please.
Yes.
Or this one's my favorite. Butt naked. Butt naked.
It's buck.
It's buck naked. Thank you. Thank you.
Actually, Dr. Domain, you could do an advertisement here.
Don't say that.
We don't have video. I can't do that.
Don't say advertisement.
I can't say advertisement.
So
Why?
here's the thing: the kids drive me nuts because there are certain words that I say differently than people here say. One of them's advertisement. I don't say advertisement. I say advertisement.
I do too. You got that from me.
I say aluminium foil.
I don't say that.
I do.
Dr. Domain does.
Aluminum? No, it's aluminium. Sound it out, okay? And it's zebra. It is not a zebra. It is Z. Zebra.
So
Okay.
you say
So
WXYZ.
Z.
Oh yeah, that's what they say, like in New Zealand and stuff. My brother does that.
Yes.
Is it tomato or tomato?
I
say
really
tomato.
don't eat it, so I don't care.
I say tomato. But that's a good point.
Potato or potato?
I say potato.
Is it aunt or aunt?
I say potat.
I say ant.
Aunt?
I say ant.
Aunt?
Okay.
Okay. Is it
Neither or either.
Oh, very good.
Or neither or neither.
That's like saying, is it unionize or unionize?
I say, but what do you say? Do you
That's
say
not even close.
do you say either or either? Or,
Either.
See, I say either and neither.
Neither.
I
Is
say,
it?
I
Is
say
it?
neither, but I say either.
Is it couch or Davenport?
Okay, no. Let me tell you a story about this.
both.
My grandmother, God rest her soul, my mother's, that was her word, Davenport. It was a Davenport. And for the first 10 years of my life, I didn't know what the hell a Davenport was or where she was telling me to sit. I was confused. I was standing in the living room.
Where'd
She's
you
like,
sit then? Just
she's like, sit on the Davenport. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
She was afraid to ask.
I was afraid to ask, so I just stand there. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I'm okay, Grandma. I'll just stand.
Is it a radiator or a radiator?
Radiator.
Is it a water fountain or a bubbler?
A water fountain.
Is it an eraser or a rubber?
Eraser or a rubber?
Are we talking about a
eraser
condom?
or rubber.
No, like an eraser on your.
Oh.
I would say eraser.
Yeah. These are, no one would say rubber out here. Probably.
I don't think so. Yeah, that has a whole different connotation now, So
Yeah.
no one
That's
says.
why I was
No one
confused.
says prophylactic. They say rubbers. So,
I say condom.
oh yeah, or condom. So
Jeez. Okay, so let's
Do you say my darling or yo, get over here, yeah?
Oh, well,
No,
how about
I
you
didn't say
answer that one?
I didn't.
do you say baby or boo?
I say daddy. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god!
Looking for a daddy for me, not my kids. You started this.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
gosh.
let's end it with, I'm going to give you 4 words that are now used, and I want to know if you know how to use them.
All right,
Okay, so number 1, no cap.
that would be no hat.
No.
What is it? No cap.
Okay, you're gonna have to ask your grandson about these ones because I'm
Wait.
not allowed to say
Wait.
what they are.
No cap. Is
No
it
cap.
dirty?
No,
Is
it's
it
not
naughty?
dirty. This is stuff the kids are using nowadays.
Short for capacity.
Oh,
No.
no cap. No.
No limit.
No comprende. No.
Yeah, you know comprende, all right. Excuse me, Gusta, por favor. Are you calling me a porky whore? What did you just say? Okay, here's the next one. Riz.
What's it mean? No. What's it?
No cap means like no lie, no, no joke type of thing. How about Riz?
I heard this the other day and I thought about it and it made sense. No.
No. Just Riz.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Riz. Like you got to show him the Riz.
You gotta show them the
Or
money.
as Corey does it, Rizm with the tism.
You gotta show them the bling bling. You gotta show them the money.
Charisma.
The what?
Charisma.
Oh, okay. Show them the Riz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Rizm up, show them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So far I'm 0.
You're 0 for 0 or 0 for 2. Okay. How about flex? I use this one. You should know this one.
This one is like you're-
wow, that's, nice flex
Yeah.
or.
So
yeah.
that's okay. Is
Like-
that muscle or is it
No.
flexing your?
Like flexing your word power, flexing what you're trying to say.
That's kind of the same thing.
Kind of.
Being
but
boisterous.
not really. It's like.
It's like showing them that you know what you're talking
Like
about.
I would say weird flex, dude, if he was coming up like, oh, well, I have, a 95 Pinto, or I guess I'd be like, wow, weird flex.
I think she just called you out,
I think
Dr.
so.
Domain, on your
fine.
Pinto.
But it's to like flex
See if I
something
ever
at
let you ride
somebody
my
to try to impress them. Like
Okay.
weird flex, bro.
Okay. All right.
How about Delulu?
I have no idea. I've never even heard that.
Delusional. Like that girl be Delulu. Yeah, it's delusional.
Because nobody can actually say or spell delusional these days. Okay, well, I think that's probably all we have for today, Bobby. We appreciate everybody joining us here at the Rabbit Hole Studio. Be sure to follow us. We look forward to spending time with you each week. Please like us, and if you have positive feedback, please let us know, or if there's a topic that you want us to talk about, drop us a short email at boomerandgenxer@gmail.com. If you have some hate mail, we'll give you somebody else's email address to send that stuff to, because you know where you can put it. Until next week, I'm Jane Burt.
And I'm Bobbi Joy.
And you're stuck with us. Peace out.
Later.